in the making. And Sheree Whitfield's highly anticipated clothing line, She by Sheree, finally made its debut, but her fans are scratching their heads and comparing Sheree's clothing to the fashion brand Shein. Social media users slammed Sheree for selling a $130 gray two-piece athleisure set that looks nearly identical to version sold by Shein and Amazon at lower price points, like basically $100 cheaper. One person wrote, "Nah, you wrong for these Shein joggers and charging Nike prices." Another person wrote, "When you can buy it from Amazon without the She by Sheree logo for a third of the price, then I have a problem." Now, what are your thoughts on, She by Sheree or She by who finally hitting the runway out? Q, let's go to you first. What you think about this?
You know what? This woman just keeps embarrassing herself. For the life of me, I just don't think business-wise Sheree is the smartest woman. Let me start off here. And this is kind of lengthy. I'm going to try to make it short. Number one, I don't think Sheree has a true passion for being a fashion designer. That's number one. And when people are not passionate about endeavors that they take on, they half-ass them. I think when the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1 came out, all of these ladies were scrambling to find a way to make them seem like they were just such business women, such high society, and such this, that, and the third. Sheree came out with this She by Sheree thing, and it just stuck with her for 13 years. Now, here's where things get interesting. You have a fashion show with 30 products. We all know that fashion show was filmed at a minimum at the top of the year. You've had at least 4, 5, 6 months between then and now to get them patterns shipped off to Vietnam to some little sweatshop and have some little kids sew the clothes that were actually shown on the runway of the fashion show. The designer has come out and say he designed those 30 pieces for Sheree in over 2 weeks, spending $2,500 of his money that she refused to reimburse him for. And as a result of, he will not be giving her the patterns. So she won't be getting the patterns to said things. I think because she was in a time crunch and she was trying to at least have some type of product to have coming off the press from the show, that she instantly went to AliExpress, Shein, bought up a bunch of stuff, put She by Sheree logo on it to try to save face. But it is obvious that what is shown on the website is not what was shown in that fashion show. And it is obvious that the stuff comes from China and you can find it on Shein and Amazon. Sheree, you missed the mark and you failed once again.
I actually like the clothes on Shein. I have a whole bunch. Everything I bought on this trip is from Fashion Open Shein. All right, go ahead. What do you think about this story?
Well, Sheree is my friend, and I support her wholeheartedly. And you guys know that I was at the fashion show. Did y'all see me on the episode?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, you didn't watch. Anyway, it's on my Instagram. Anyway, so as a brand strategist, I have to share this. I did not know what Q shared, which was the person who actually did the design. She didn't buy the patterns and send it off. But let's be very clear. This is just like what Fenty Beauty by Rihanna is doing, and it's called white label apparel, everybody. Fenty, for example, is made by a company called Kendo. And Kendo produces all the products sold on Fendi, but they also produce all the products sold on like Marc Jacobs and Lip Lab. What they do when it comes to white label apparel is you buy it from a manufacturer. The manufacturer ships it to you with no branding whatsoever attached to it. You take the product, you rebrand it, and you make it your own. Rihanna did it. We're not barking up her tree about how she did it. And it's also in private label apparel it happens. So it's funny that you mentioned in the dialogue, Claudia, that Nike, well, everybody that wears Nike does the exact same thing. They buy in bulk from a manufacturer. They switch up a few things. They put the Nike symbol on it and they sell it to you Americans. So I hate to say it, but this is normal. Boutiques do it. Department stores do it. Designers do it. Sheree, unfortunately, all eyes were on her, and unfortunately, she got caught doing what everybody else is doing, and her credibility tanked because of it.
Yeah, that's true. And it sucks for her because I like her. I want her to win. And this was like, something that probably could have been avoided. And they do say there was a time crunch. I did see the piece that you talked about, Q, with the designer that said he did it. And supposedly she had nothing the day, like right before the show. So she had to just kind of gather stuff last minute and just kind of throw something together because she was like, with the shows, when they have to film that day, they're not going to change it for you. They actually like there to be drama so they can say, oh, you failed again.